Look at my dad. Look at my dad. Look at my dad. Look at my dad. Look at my dad.
What's going on, YouTube? This DC Reefer, man. I'm here live in Charlotte, North Carolina, on a trip just to see family, but of course I had to stop past the local fish stores and see what was going on down here in Charlotte, the Queen City of the South. So I came across about 3 reef shops, local fish stores, and 2 I actually recorded because those 2 I actually bought from. So this one that we're looking at right here is called Aquatica, and it's in the Charlotte district, and it's off of, I want to say, Route 77. I put in the all the addresses on my MapQuest on my iPhone, so I'm pretty familiar with the Charlotte area, and everything was like in 10 minutes of where I stayed at in Charlotte. So this is the first time I actually came to this local fish store, and soon I walked in, I was very impressed. Very clean, very a lot of high-end stuff. Definitely a place where I would go make my home local fish store if I lived in Charlotte. So this is a look at the display. Take one of, I want to say, about 3 or 4 of them that they have in here, and like I said, I was just impressed. I was so excited to record. It was hard for me to stay focused because I'm trying to record and look at the eye candy myself. So look at that. It's like a predator tank. It's a shark in this tank and lionfish, and it just looked nice, man. They had a really nice selection of corals. Definitely had a lot of, I want to say, tanks. Here's a look at some of the workers, you know, like getting things set up. It has a lot of they have fresh water also, so anybody that was into fresh water, this store was for you. It's Aquatica. But as I walked around, the place is pretty big. It has like tanks everywhere. I mean, rimless tanks, rim tanks, cube tanks. I mean, any tank you could think of, they had. The high-end Red Sea Reefer, the deep blue sea. This is actually a look at the tank I want for my office. It's a rimless, like, shallow reef, and yeah, I was looking at the price and, you know, the stand and stuff, see how it's gonna fit my office. But that's the tank I'm definitely gonna go with for my office. I'm almost 90% sure. So like I said, this was like one of the cleanest reef stores. Here's a JBJ, so like how CJ has. Like I said, I was kind of trying to rush through this. I should have took my time, but I had places to go, so I really couldn't take my time with it. Was looking at this guy, and I wanted to add him to my tank, but I don't know if he's reef safe or not, so I have to do a little bit more research. But he is beautiful. Here are some copper bands they had in stock, and I really want to add them to my tank, but they're hard to get eaten, so I'm not sure about the copper bands.
You know why I'm here.
You're here just so you won't get fined?
You know why I'm here. You know why I'm here.
So now that you know why I'm here, I couldn't resist. I I had to take this core home. So that was coming with me. So now I'm off to the next LFS. And here's a few dabs from my man Cam. I like Cam Newton. He's a good football player, but he's not a Cowboy. So anyway, here we are pulling up to Nemos Reef. It's in Matthews, North Carolina. So it was about a 30-minute drive, but it was well worth it. Well, this is their main display, one of their main display, and it's lit by Kessel, 6 Kessel 360 WE, which is the wide angle, and this tank is like stocked with colonies, man. It looks really nice, and I didn't see no fish in this tank, like absolutely none. All I saw was like a shrimp, so this was geared towards more the LPS and some SPS mixed reef, but it got me thinking. And this tank right here is like a Red Sea Reefer, one of the big boys. And I wanted to take it home, but I couldn't. I was just mesmerized by this tank and all of its glory. And the Kessels, the lights really bring life to the tank. The color pop and the movement of the shimmer is just like second to none. So I'm looking to add Kessels to my tank actually within this year of 2017. So stay tuned for that.
Sexy too.
Here's a frag system looking real nice and well lit with Kessels and Ecotech, and just a look at like they have a detailed care cards for each coral that they have in stock, which I thought was pretty amazing. A lot of places just had the prices, so that was pretty cool. These are more so LPS. They had a lot of LPS. I didn't see a whole bunch of SPS corals. The floors looking nice and clean. I've been to some LFS where the floors look horrible, man. And I really wanted to take these guys home, like a Scully or two, but I didn't want to spend all my money. So I'm gonna come back. Here goes some high-end Zoas. And this beast of a elegance coral looking really nice. So I'm very impressed. Prices are very fair, very reasonable compared to DC, Virginia, Maryland area. So I also saw this gold torch, which I was upset about because I just bought one, but I bought this one also. So this whole section was like $25 a frag, $15 a frag. So, and it was nice size, so I grabbed a couple of these. So as I'm walking around the store and I'm looking like, wow, these guys have a nice stock fish selection, and more important, they have tablets to look at to see all of their what's in stock, which I thought was pretty neat, because that lets you know how long the fish been there, and lets me know that they're up to date. So if a fish been there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month, you know, if I'm going back and forth to that LFS, then I'll definitely know. End up leaving with pink tube anemone, a few corals, a big colony of like a bubble coral, and I'll say the rest for the update on my next video. I highly recommend Nemos Reef and Aquatica if you're living in the Charlotte area or you're visiting.
Wow, what a feeling to be loved. Some wish to be a king or a queen. Some wish for fortune and fame. But to be truly, 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 truly loved is more than all of these things. Wow.